Hello. So basically, this is the model for the Every Single Mom housing project. So the idea is that we have a bunch of single moms who are all living in separate houses, barely able to afford their rent, barely able to afford childcare, not having any community space, struggling to pay the bills, struggling to find jobs. Maybe they're on welfare, maybe they are at low income jobs that aren't going nowhere, and they feel unfulfilled, overwhelmed by their children's work, and totally incapable of making change in their lives. And so the solution to this problem that we're creating is basically to create multifamily homes. We're looking at 3 to 7 bedroom houses, old McMansions in places that really got hit hard by the crash in 2008, and these big empty houses, and basically renting them long term and turning them into communal homes and business centers. So a lot of the issues that women also struggle with is, the cost of cars, the cost of having to travel to get to work. Commutes are deathly horrible for mental health and sanity. And these women are also facing often mental health issues because of their isolation and the incredible amount of stress and anxiety that is put on them through their journey of becoming single mothers. And so what we're basically creating is mini business environments that are very compact and very condensed and very powerful. And so while women are encouraged to gain further education, to find jobs that are going to able to support their families, they're also encouraged to create businesses within the space or to engage in the already existing businesses. Often those are the jobs that they're finding, and so we're able to pay them a small amount while also subsidizing their housing. So we're beginning to create confidence in them and showing them how to run these businesses from the inside. These are never meant to be long-term businesses for them. They're here to give them the skills and the skill sets that they need in order to start and launch their own businesses and their own home spaces. And so these women are already doing a lot, and so by conglomerating the daily chores that they need to do, so cooking, cleaning, child minding, childcare, transporting children to and from different places, by bringing pooling resources basically and allowing all of these women to come in and work at this together, they're able to live in houses that are way beyond what they would normally be able to live in, provide education experiences for their children that are way beyond, and childcare experiences that are way beyond what they would normally be able to afford, and to also break them free from the cycle of victimhood and lack of being able to think outside of the box that they're currently in, like must get minimum wage job to pay rent and get groceries. And we're also doing education for them around food and what it takes to create healthy bodies, both for them and their children, so that they are not going to become part of the obesity pandemic in the United States. They will understand how to nurture themselves through food in ways that will help them keep them healthy, so that they suffer from less sick days, less ill health days for them and their children, and see an overall improvement in health and keep them out of the medical system as much as possible, keep them healthy and happy. One of the biggest challenges that single moms face is that they are often isolated. So they're living in these single family homes and they feel like nobody else has the same problems that they do. And because they are struggling between going to work for many hours a day and then taking care of the children in the evening or in the morning when they return from work, they often don't have time to nurture strong social relationships, which results in this feeling of isolation and just sitting at home watching TV. So one of the things that we do within the space is, because there's multiple moms and multiple children, the children play with each other and the moms get to work on their businesses, work on their projects, and have social time without having to leave the home. One of the beautiful things that we're doing in terms of business mentoring is that many of these women, they don't have a concept that they could be anything other than what they already are. And so by bringing them into spaces where other women have come from where they're at and have already moved up the space, we have this 3-tier model where women start in a free space. They come and they stay at the home with their children for free as a way of helping them get on their feet and either start their business or find a job or go back to school, so that they can pursue the next phase of their life and do it in a really supported way. So that's the first phase. The second phase, they're actively contributing financially to the space, either through, again, their business or their job employment, and so they're paying about 50% of market rate for housing, and this allows them to start to feel like they're actually financially sustainable as well as contribute to the household. And when women are at that stage, they're also beginning to mentor women who, if they feel called, they're also able to mentor women who are just coming into this program or to a different house program, to basically tell them, like, I was where you are at and we're no longer there, look where I'm at now, and to help sort of ease that space of shock, overwhelm, I can't do anything, and start to open the mindset. There's nothing like seeing somebody who was where you were like 9 months ago, really succeeding and really thriving, to shake your mindset up and to let you see something's different. So that's a really valuable part of the program. And we're also giving basic business skills by creating businesses out of the space, like kombucha production, soap production, different farming and, urban gardening, like plant seedlings in the spring. And we're also teaching children about all of these things as well as marketing and coaching and counseling services, right? Because that's something that's being offered through the space as well. So whatever women feel that they are most excited about pursuing, they're allowed to pursue that and learn more about it and really become, proficient in that to the point where they're able to then take it as a skill set outside of the space. Yeah, so that's just one of the amazing things that we are creating through Every Single Mother, and it's really a passion project for me because I am a single mother and have been for the last 6 years, and I've struggled with all of these things that we've talked about, including especially the isolation and lack of business support. And so it's really exciting for me that I get to be a part of creating the solution for this, and extra exciting, Lion, that you brainchilded this as well as I have, and that I could be a part of supporting and creating this and creating this new way of living and this new way of creating family hubs that sustain. One of the things that I noticed is that in the third phase, you're encouraging people to move out, and in order to make this really financially sustainable, as well as so community sustainable, because to have 2 years where you're totally supported and then to go back to living all by yourself is going to put women back into shock. They may have strong social networks, but if they move from a community living space into a single home dwelling again, all of those issues that get caused by single home dwellings are going to happen again, or there's a possibility that they will. And so I would really encourage you to create the model where actually your purchase, the proceeds of the work that's happening, like the women in the homes, by the time they're ready to leave, should actually be supporting. Like the program should be self-supporting, and so the rental incomes from the spaces then go to start and find new home spaces. And then you could also be training people as like real estate agents, which is a single mommy job as well, or like a single woman jobby as well. So there's a lot of potential for training people really out of like a minimum wage earning type concept into like jobs that are really gonna totally rock their world. It's so exciting. Anyway, thank you, and have a beautiful day. I love you. Thank you for the amazing work that you do. And I read your birth story like probably 3 times a week. It's in my laptop. I've changed it so it's got my name in it, and it's like the most amazing thing. Not you to me, but just like that's one day what I'm creating. So thank you for being a part of that vision.